Okay, well, A.C. Murthy uncle, as we all know, is very successful, and someday, naturally, I want to be very successful. So I would want to ask, do you have any tips or something I could do to become like you one day?
Don't become like me.
But I want to. I really want to.
There's a lot of tension. If you want to become like me, be super cool, as you have said in your book.
Well, I just want to know a few things which I can do.
Principles.
A few principles I could do to be successful, basically.
You have to always appreciate the others' feelings and don't think that you're the most superior person. Should be more humble. And that's how you grow. Listen a lot. Don't speak too much. Write and listen.
I will surely do that. And I would like to ask Ms. Shobha Dey, you're an inspiration to so many people. You're an inspiration to me. And I would like to ask, what was your inspiration when you wrote your first book?
It was a commissioned book. So there's a slight difference. I was already in media. I was already writing columns. So when a publisher approached me and commissioned a book, I hadn't really thought of writing a novel till that point at all. But once I did start to write it, I discovered how much I loved it. I loved writing. I've always loved writing. It's what defines every aspect of my life. But to actually think of writing a book was something that came to me much later in life because I was asked to write a book. So in that sense, I've been very lucky. I didn't have to struggle to find a publisher. I didn't have to struggle with rejection slips, which can be very daunting. And a lot of young writers, as I said, I see a lot of manuscripts every week. And to the most difficult writing assignments I undertake, and I write every day of my life, is when I have to tell a young author that I'm sorry, well tried, but I cannot publish this book. A rejection slip is perhaps the hardest thing for anyone to write. So writing is a fairly lonely vocation. You rarely get to work as a writer with a community. Filmmakers work in communities, artists work in communities, sports people work with communities. Even painters have workshops and they have a community life. But most writers in the world write in isolation. So to get feedback is very important from the right people, and to get encouragement and to be nurtured. So when you start writing, when you continue to write, it is that which will help you the most, is listening keenly, like Sri Muttaiah just said. Don't talk too much, listen a lot. And for a writer, observation and a very keen ear. When you observe people, you understand how human beings behave. When you listen very keenly, you get your dialogues right. And I notice in your book that you've got your dialogues absolutely bang on. You've got the voices of your friends very distinct. You've got Alicia's voice and you've got the voices of the other children in the novel. For that, I'm sure you already possess a very keen eye and that you're very observant. So inspiration is something that, like I said earlier, it's something that's God-given. When I was asked to write my first book, I thought about what I'd like to write in that first book. It was a novel. And I think most writers generally in the world through centuries start with what they know best, which is often their own life and the lives of people they know intimately around them. They can camouflage it a lot. They can add a lot of imagination to it. They can add a lot of experiences and observations to it. But at the core, it's always about yourself. Because that's when you're very confident with your first book. You write about what you know best. So if you ask me what my inspiration has been, I'd say for any writer, it's very important first to go within and understand yourself, and then look outside and see the world around you and try and make that bridge happen. So that's what inspiration has been for me, always. Thank you.